He seemed to actually be very busy with school, and by his Instagram, it says that he's a journalist, like a Wall Street reporter, graduate from Columbia Journalism. He seems to know what he's doing. Good for him. But it's so great to see him back on iCarly. No, I have not seen him yet in the first 3 episodes, but I'm just so excited to see him back because he was just such a good character that brought in the fun trouble of the show. Speaking of villains and good trouble, I think that's a TV show. Anyways, Danielle Morrow, who played as Nora Dershlit. This character, whoever put this character together, like, of all iCarly, but especially this villain, bad guy, whatever you want to call it, she is so good. Like, the psychotic, like, that whole episode when the whole iCarly cast was stuck in the house trying to get out, like, everything about that, like, I really didn't think they would be getting out of there. Like, it all relied on Freddy's chip in his head to be able to get out of there. Like, if they didn't have that chip, they definitely would have been goners. Like, this Nora Dershlit it's so intelligent with her schemes. Like, you thought Nevel was bad? He's like a friendly villain, where this one definitely should have stayed behind bars. Or in a sound booth room, as she put the iCarly cast in. Now, this fact has circulated since iCarly ended that Nora, the actress Danielle, is actually married to Jeremy Rowley in real life, who played Lewbert the doorman, whose character was definitely marked as really kind of like disgusting, especially, I don't even like to say that word, like, give you the shivers. Pretty much all done with life, like so annoyed of everybody, and really expressed it to this evil, mad genius. I wouldn't even say, I don't even know if the word is evil, but psychotic person married to the doorman who knows, might have stuff up his sleeve as well. Yeah, it's definitely pretty surreal to see these two married in real life. And I think the viewers' brains kind of go to, did they marry before or after? I feel like they married after the show because of how crazy their characters are, that they kind of just synced with each other, you know? Alright, next on this list we have Thomas Ochoa. Now, this threw me for a loop when I was Google searching this. Because you know a character, not a character, but an actor that has the same last name as Thomas Ochoa? Yes, another villain, or at least troublemaker from iCarly, Chuck, whose name is Ryan Ochoa. Now, I did as much research as I can. Ryan and Thomas are not relatives. They have the same last name. I mean, you would think Thomas is related to Ryan, because obviously Ryan played Chuck in iCarly, and then we have Thomas on iCarly now as well. We don't really know much about Thomas via the iCarly universe, at least for what I've found, but I found that being a really, really weird coincidence. But going back to the diversity of race, this awesome person, whatever his gender is, definitely works it. I see like a powerful, I guess word is influencer, of someone that is a great example for people that are like this person. So this is just so great and such an honor to get these different types of people that, I mean, they've always existed, but are now more recognized and are more respected, because we are all humans and the world should be filled of love and acceptance and not hate. Well, either way, we have another LGBTQ individual whose name is Josie Totah, who plays the role as Willow in iCarly. They appear on the 3rd episode, I Fox Apologize. Now, this individual seems to have gone through a lot, like via being in front of the camera and themselves. This individual really seems like an incredible warrior that can set a great example to people that are like them. Now, just a disclaimer, like, I did not grow up with this generation, so the whole they, them, he, she, it is very new to me, so I'm trying the best I can so I don't offend anyone. All due respect to everyone, like, we are all humans. As long as we give as much love that we can and not hatred to others, that's the most important thing. Just be a good person to each other, and no matter what you look like, who you are, then we can all get along, you know? What I do see in their bio is they are absolutely a LGBTQ activist, and they regularly go on panels to discuss it. So if you need someone, if you would like someone that you are in that category, this person really seems like an amazing person to look up to, gain your own strength of character, because it is a scary world out there for people who don't see and accept a human as a human, no matter what they look like or who they are or what they have. But seeing Josie in the 3rd episode, they definitely, like, full confidence. You can see the confidence, like, even so, if they were even playing a character, they definitely own who they are with no shame and no care what anyone thinks. So, applause to them. They seem like a really awesome person. I'm definitely following them. The next on this list is George Montgomery Butler, who doesn't really seem to have his start as much, but this person was the latte activist Leo in the 1st episode. Next we have Beau, whose actual name is Conor Husting, who was apparently in the 1st episode that was Carly's boyfriend but broke up with her. He seems to be a new star though, just getting his start up. Seeing his earliest film that he has been in is in 2018. Next we have JT Neal, who plays as Justin in I Hate Carly, as Carly's, like, love interest but also hater. This actor definitely seems like a new actor just getting his way up, as well as Conor Husting. That's pretty awesome. Also welcoming new, old, diverse, like, so many different actors, actresses, them, it's whatever you want to be called, people into the show to get their start, spread more awareness of their kind. Like, iCarly is like an interweb type of show, but it also really expresses just how much is actually in the internet. Like, literally, on YouTube, there's like a person of every kind for somebody to look up to and relate to. Just like me and my channel, for people that have the illnesses that I have the mental, physical, all of that, like I do, so they can relate to me. Now, another love interest, I know there are like so many love interests in just the first 3 episodes of the new iCarly. We have Rushi Kota. I hope I said that right. If not, I apologize. The English language, just like me trying to say English, can be difficult. We're not all perfect. Seems like he was on Grey's Anatomy and has been at the business since 2010. Alright, just what I was talking about with influencers like me on YouTube getting their start, that there are so many different people that others can find to relate to that are like them, or just like them because of their content or whatever it is. Well, one of them that actually appears in the show is Alex Wassabi, and he is absolutely a YouTuber who has gotten his fame pretty high. Like, there are a bunch of YouTubers that have actually been able to extend, like, when the first iCarly was going on was Fred. People probably of this age don't really know who Fred was, but Fred was like one of the YouTube people that were very well known. Like, he even had his own shirts. Like, yeah, I think he might be one of the first people that had the merch going out. But it was definitely really cool to see a familiar face from YouTube that I've seen growing up on a TV show like iCarly. I mean, it has to do with the internet. You gotta have someone that has been a YouTuber for a bit. He was ASMR Stan, by the way, which I think is really funny because I don't remember him ever really doing ASMR. There are definitely a lot of ASMR channels on YouTube and even Twitch. I mean, Alex Wassabi is great, but I don't think he really specializes in ASMR, so maybe they could have gotten somebody that does ASMR as their career. Was really cool to see a familiar face though. Next in line we have Erin Mulvey. This was the girl that Freddie was trying to talk to get a girl, but then all of his life came barging into the door, including his mom and his stepdaughter, so she got disgusted and went away. But Erin has been in American Horror Story, which is a pretty popular show. I have tried to watch it, but it's a bit too psychotic for me. I did do some researching on her. If anything, I found her and pretty much everyone that guest starred or was in these new iCarly episodes definitely shared their part, and a little bit behind the scenes, just like their name for their dressing room, to celebrate and share that they were on the show. Now we have Yolanda Snowball. That's a pretty cool last name. I do remember her face, but she played as Angel in the second episode of iCarly, I believe as Harper's manager at her job. Yeah, for some reason I remember her from The Sweet Life on Deck or something, but she has been in Malcolm in the Middle. Next we have David Anthony Hinton, who seems to have had his start since 2016. He played as the server in iCarly's I Start Over, the first episode. And yeah, just another newer type of actor that is seeming to get his name out there. Don't know much about him. Such as other mentions, Laura Miranda, who was Beatrice in the first episode, Danny Fernandez, who was the Zumba instructor in the first episode. Oh, and here we have Cora Tran, another LGBTQ individual who actually seems to be the youngest. But this person seems to actually have their own YouTube channel and a comedian and just another LGBTQ category type of influencer for people that are like them. Next we have Lil Cory, who is a Skybucks employee. It seems they were on Star Trek. But they are also an American actor, rapper, and music producer.
Lots to learn when you're new, isn't there?